Welcome again, leaders, to our training for October. So glad that you guys are doing the things you're doing. We hear great reports all the time from the groups, and it's your leadership that really matters there. I want to take this month's discussion and really talk about just how important it is that you're a leader. Sometimes life group leaders see themselves maybe as teachers or as mentors or helpers to people, and you're all of those things, absolutely, but one of your key roles is to be a leader. We want you to lead the people in your group to help them grow spiritually. Jesus, when he started his ministry, he had 12 men that he pulled to himself, and they was where he really invested in them to develop into their lives, to help them see their potential and grow. And in similar ways, you're getting 8, 10, maybe 12 adults that you're pouring yourself into. You're giving your life to them. You're helping them out. And they will over time grow and change because of your efforts. So if your group's not doing exactly what you think it ought to do, or not quite as effective on one part or the other, then as a leader, get together and figure out how to make it work. You know, if the two of you together, if you have co-leader with your group, most of your groups have co-leaders, you get the four of you together and brainstorm that out, pray it out. How are we going to make this better, us better as a group on this section or that section? It's really important. One of the things we talked about in the group training a couple of months ago was the 5 things we really want to see, kind of core level expectations we want to see in all of the groups. And I want to take just a few moments to kind of highlight those again, because as we've been in the groups now a couple of months, it's easy to kind of get off track, and so I thought this might be a good way to kind of make sure we're all kind of going the same direction that we set out to go. The 5 things we want to see in your groups is prayer, service, community, study, and mentoring. And there's no particular order to that. Some groups will highlight one or the other. We just want to recommend and really encourage all of your groups to have all 5 of those things in the mix somewhere. So let's just kind of talk about those. Prayer, obviously, it's a really critical part of what we do as a church. If God's not changing people's lives, if God's not encouraging people and prompting people and inspiring people, then what we do is really fatal. So futile. So it may be fatal if you don't do it well. So that's really critical that we're praying. You as a leader obviously need to be praying for your group, but we also want your group to be praying. So together, whether you're doing that as a group, or whether you're just posting things to the city, encouraging people to pray, or whether you're just having people pray more in their individual lives, or all the above, we want to encourage you to pray. Occasionally have prayer nights where your whole group just focuses on one issue or multiple issues and just prays through. That's a good thing to do as well. The second area of your group is study. Some of you guys have lots of time for study. Some of you guys have a small amount of time for study. Obviously, you can take the notes from Sunday morning. That's a good jumping point to get into the message in a little bit deeper way. I'd be glad to send you my notes if that would be helpful. I have usually copies of those on Sunday morning, but I can make more copies if your group wants those. Let me know, just so you know exactly which verses I used and kind of give you an idea of where we're at. But study is really an important way. If there's something I can do, by the way, to make those inserts better, or to give you things in addition to those that would be helpful, let's brainstorm on that. I'd like to help you guys as you're leading your group in study. Community is a big piece of all of our groups. You're going through life together. So I want to challenge you to do that. A lot of times informal things are the best ways to help that. So do things that are together that are fun. Take a night and just have a cookout, or take a night and spend some time doing fun things together. Or on occasion, if you have somebody in your group, there's usually at least 1 or 2 who are good at this. Have them lead some sort of a get to know you thing if your group's sort of new or whatever. But do something to get your group caring for each other. And you guys, I say this a lot, but I'll make sure I say it this time. You guys are the front line of defense for care. If someone in your group needs care, we want to be there as a church, but you guys are the primary front line people to care for those in your group. That builds community more than anything else. So if somebody in your group is sick, or they have a parent or family member who passes away, maybe out of state or something, if somebody has a baby, lots of different opportunities in your group's life to build community through care. Service is a big part of our groups. Both as groups going to serve, there's lots of different opportunities we have for that. Contact the office, be glad to get you some things that way, or maybe we'll post some things to the city. But obviously the well or the rescue mission, there's lots of different ways that you can do things that way. But also get your group serving individually. So if there's people in your group who are not serving, you should know that first of all. Do a regular sort of check amongst your groups, find out where they're serving different areas. And if you have somebody who's not serving, be creative. Help them find ways to serve. Again, on the city, on the growth tab, there's a tab for service opportunities. Contact the office. Lots of ways we'd love to help you that. And the last thing I want to focus just a minute on this is mentoring. One of the things you're responsible for as a group leader is to raise up new leaders. That's why you have a co-leader. If you already have a co-leader, some groups over time will have more than one co-leader. That's fine. We want you to constantly be on the lookout for more leaders. It'd be a great thing if somewhere down the road we had too many leaders that didn't have enough groups to lead them. That'd be a great thing for us to get to. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it'd be great. So always be on the lookout for couples with leadership ability. Give them opportunities to stretch and grow. Long before they're a co-leader or a leader of a group, give them an opportunity to lead a small section. Talk to them ahead of time and say, can you lead the prayer section this time? Or we as a group are going to do some sort of a cookout. Can you handle leading the events of that? Or can you lead question 3, 4, and 5 in this week's study? And I'll lead the other questions. We'll go back and forth. Or whatever it is. But give them opportunities to stretch and grow. That may freak them out, but that's okay. A lot of our current group leaders who do so well now were really intimidated when we first approached them about being part of leading a group, and now they do a great thing. And you would see them now and say, well, they're a logical choice for a group leader. But they weren't when we asked them, and that's how life works. Christianity is constantly about reproduction. So Christians produce new Christians, groups produce new groups, leaders produce new leaders, churches produce new churches, and the kingdom grows. We're going to be contacting you over the next couple of days and weeks about people that you would recommend to be future leaders. So people in your group, people that you know well, that are currently not leading a group but you think would be a good choice. You're not signing them up for that. We will contact them if we kind of concur with your assessment. We will contact them and see if they have interest in that. And they'll have opportunity to say yes or no. We're not going to throw you under the bus and say you're the one who put us on you. But let us know about them. We'll be having an orientation early next month to give group leaders an opportunity to find out what leading a group looks like, see if that's something they want to sign up for, and it'll be completely their decision. If they choose not to, no harm, no foul. If you give us a name, that doesn't mean we're going to blow your group up and start multiple groups out of your group. We'll walk through that with you all the way along the way. But we'll be contacting you soon. Always be on the lookout, especially right now, for new leaders, future leaders, because that really is how the kingdom expands, and we need your help with that. Thanks.